Hey guys, what's going on? Daily Tactics here, and I am back with a little bit more of Men of War Assault Squad 2, the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod, and today we find ourselves on Geonosis at the very start of the Clone Wars when Yoda brings in a bunch of LAATs filled to the brim with clone troopers, and they land in the arena, or it's more of like a pickup. They just kind of swoop in and take up the Jedi and leave. So that has already happened, but then Yoda sent back 5 LAAT gunships filled with clones to take on the remaining battle droids that are left behind here on the arena. So basically, the clones are tasked with securing the arena against just a ton of droids. Not to mention there are Geonosians in here as well, some droidicas, some super battle droids, and a variety of B1 battle droids also. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge for the clones here because they are heavily outnumbered, about 3 to 1. But the clones do have much better health. This is a more realistic battle than I usually do. The clones have much more health than the battle droids and are going to be better at going up against these bad Larrys. So yeah, without further ado, this is just supposed to be a fun little battle. And I do hope you guys enjoy it. I also wanted to say thank you guys just for your continued support. Nothing special here, no milestone or anything like that, but you guys rock. You're the best fan base I could ask for, and I really appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to continue to make videos and things like that. So just want to shout you guys out there. Quick thank you. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and press start. I did scatter the battlefield with a few sort of pieces of cover here and there, simply because I thought the battle would be a little bit bland if neither side had really anything that they could take cover upon. Either way, the clones come out guns a-blazing against the battle droids. They're getting some kills here. Ooh, big explosion right there. A clone trooper must have launched a rocket, or maybe a super battle droid did. Not totally sure. But the droids seem to be advancing quite heartily against the clones. Super battle droids blowing up in the distance. The clones were retreating somewhat, trying to take cover behind these LAAT gunships. I think they realize that they are heavily outgunned and outmanned here, so they're strategically trying to back it up a little bit. Explosions going off from both rocket launchers and super battle droids. You can hear the rattling of the droidica machine guns going off. Very cool. Battle droids advancing very far now. Geonosian, those weapons they do so much damage. Against a character with normal health, they can one-shot them, so the clones really have to be careful against those because they will just absolutely annihilate clone armor. Absolutely. The clones are still getting a good amount of fire out themselves, however now they're being pushed very far back and they're having to just sort of chill near the walls here. A big explosion went off over here, killed a bunch of clones. You might notice there are a few clones in red armor, green armor, yellow armor. I basically put a few officers in there, just because, you know, it's the Clone Wars. It's pretty cool. Either way, the clones are either taking cover behind LAATs or just slamming their bodies against these walls, trying to hold out against the battle droids. But the battle droids are certainly suffering quite a number of losses themselves. The clones are managing to kill quite a number of them. So the tides could turn any moment now. Right now the clones are playing very defensive, which is honestly the preferred strategy for clone troopers. I learned this in, I think it was in Eckhart's Ladder video, or maybe it was Geetsley, I can't remember, but basically clones for the most part play extremely defensive warfare. That's where they thrive, especially the 212th Legion, who is the most notable defensive legion in the Clone Wars. There are a few attack legions out there that have superb attack abilities, the most notable one being Anakin's 501st Legion. But for the most part, clone troopers prefer to be able to have the defensive advantage in battle and go with that. And that's really actually well shown, I think, in the television show, The Clone Wars. I think they could do a good job representing that. Either way, the battle droids have stopped advancing as heartily as they were before. In fact, a few of them are even backing up, trying to get away from the clones. Maybe they are re-strategizing themselves, deciding to back up, take up their own defensive position, and if the clone troopers want to come at them, they're going to have to attack a defensive post. Droidika's attacking on the far left over here. Seems like all of them decide to sort of congregate this way, but they are taking much heat before they get an angle on the clones, and they're blowing up. That might have been the last of the droidikas. The super battle droids went... Oh no, there's another droidika right there. He's still lobbing some fire out there. It seems to be a resurgence in the assault from the separatist armies. As we can see, they're beginning to attack once more, moving forward instead of backwards. But all of the super battle droids died fairly early on in pretty mighty explosions. You can see the scarring on the earth from that. Yeah, I don't see any super battle droids left alive. I think they must just be primary targets for the clone troopers. Essentially, the clones want to take those out as fast as possible before they manage to do really any damage. Clones have certainly taken a lot of losses now. I think they are still outnumbered by the separatists, but they're getting a little bit more confident, and they're breaking out of that defensive position now and pushing a little bit farther forward, maybe trying to make up some of the ground they lost, and all of a sudden the explosive fire starts once more, both sides fully engaging. That's what we like to see. One problem I have with this map is you can never zoom that far in. This is the max zoom you can go, so you kind of have to do a bit of an overhead angle. You can't get too close up, which is kind of a shame because that would be really cool, but still a pretty cool angle we've got going on here. Yeah, not too shabby at all. Alright, so battle droids on the right seem to be doing the best, in all honesty. The left has very, very thin lines compared to the right. Again, the droidika's weirdly getting attracted to over here, and this one's just sort of staring off in the distance. It's sad, it misses its droidika brothers. It can't go on. Again, we see separatists crawling backwards under fire, trying to fall back a little bit. Their second round of attacks obviously not going the way they wanted to, or else they would have kept up the assault. The right side also trying to fall back, but they are under heavier clone trooper fire than the left. The clones seem to have a nice firing position from over here with this pillar of cover, as well as this rock formation of cover, though a few clones have gone down in there. We can see a sergeant trying his best to combat the droids. Things go quiet all of a sudden. Both sides not really doing anything. Seems like the battle droids are actually falling back a little bit, though a few of them are moving forward. I imagine the clones should start maybe attacking a little bit more. Oh yeah, they're attacking on the right over here. They've spotted the droidika. They take it out swiftly. The droidika was just sad. He just wanted his friends back. They didn't have to kill him. Battle droids, again, leaping into another charge. Not so much leaping. This one's actually a little bit slower paced than the previous ones we've seen. The few Geonosians that are left alive are firing their beams. We see one just went down over there. These guys are valuable to the Separatist cause. Their weapons are so powerful. They really need to keep these guys alive. We are seeing increases in clone losses. It seems like the Separatist strategy is working to a point, though now they're just probably equal in numbers, which is not good considering the clones have better health than the Separatists. So it's looking more and more like a clone victory in this stadium. Of course, the droids were not expecting this at all. They were not prepared for a full invasion. That's what made the first Battle of Geonosis so easy for the clones to win, even with their horrible strategies. I mean, we see Jedi just leading them into charges, like Pickett's charge in the Civil War, like against no... They don't have any cover. They're in open ground. They're just charging defensive positions. It's foolish. If they didn't have the numbers that they did, they would have been completely destroyed. But I mean, that's the advantage, and not to mention the element of surprise that they had is what really made the clones win that battle. But all in all, in terms of strategy, it was horrible, just an abomination. Not to mention, and this is a criticism of the whole Clone Wars, but having Jedi become generals, having keepers of the peace as military strategists, I mean, yes, I'm sure some of them were very good. I mean, we saw multiple times Obi-Wan and Anakin strategizing well in the show. You know, coming up with solid plans. Um, but all in all, just because you hold that rank doesn't make you a strategist, and it shouldn't have been done for all of them. And we can tell that the screening process that allowed you to become a general was literally just be a Jedi. Like we see, who's the guy with like the 4 arms and betrays everyone? Pong Krell or whatever. Clearly not fit for duty. Should have been screened, but instead just immediately leaps to the rank of general with a legion behind him. Just fully ridiculous. So many criticisms can be given towards the Republic during this war. But they also have some things you can definitely praise as well. Those are just a little bit fewer and far between. Either way, the clones in this battle in particular have the droids completely on the route. We see the droids falling all the way back here, trying to get some salvation behind this little lip of a hill they got. But the clones are having none of it. They're pushing forward now, working on destroying the last of the... Oh, okay, never mind. A few of them, they might be going back to starting positions here. I think we should push some clones forward, get an assault going here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, I think it's time now for the clones to be aggressive in their strategy, and that they are doing. Well, because I forced them to be. Either way, clones coming up now, using a little bit of the cover that's available to them. Some of them just fully yamming it forward. Now the droids are the ones who have to get their backs against the wall, get gritty into a defensive position. But they don't have the men to really do the strategy that the clones did. Not at all. The clones just outnumber them by so much now that it's going to be dang near impossible for the droids to win this. It would take so many miracles. But the clones on the far right over here are proceeding very, very far forward. We've actually got a commander with them, which is rare to see commanders fully engaged in battle, but this lad is a man of the soldiers and does what he needs to do. Yeah, really just the last bits of resistance here getting finally knocked out from the Valdroids. We got, what, one guy left alive right here, and 2 over here. There goes one of them, there goes the other, and this guy over here died too. So, an overall resounding victory for the clones. Absolutely dominating. They're just shooting at dead bodies right now. It's a weird glitch in the game. The clones did lose quite a number of troopers, probably 20 or 30 maybe. But one guy died over here. That's so sad. But I mean, the battle droids lost 10 times that. Not really 10 times. Probably 5 times that, I would say. I don't know. They lost a lot, though, and that was due to both the element of surprise and the quality of troops that the clones really brought to the table during this battle. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Comment and subscribe if you did, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.